Okay, what's your name?
I'm Tommy. I'm the seventh youngest in the Jones family. Norbert Jones is my father. And yeah,
Where were you
six
born?
sisters and five boys, and I was born in Jasper in 1962, and I'm 29 years old today. And
Today?
No, not today, but this year. And
So what are you doing for a living now?
working as an electrician,
You're not,
following all the uncles and dad's footprints.
where do you live?
In Jasper, in an apartment here on Division Road.
You rent?
Yep,
How much you pay?
210, 2 bedroom, nice big kitchen.
What do you remember the most about growing up?
Having a big family, and there's always something to do. I remember all my brothers real well. We always had something to do, and
What was one of the funnest things that you did? Like, something you really enjoyed that sticks in your mind?
wrestling. I wrestled a lot in high school. Yeah, I like wrestling. I got 3 or 4 first place ribbons in that because my older brother's wrestling with me. So, and my cousin.
Do you remember going out to Beaver Lake a lot?
Oh yeah, we had cabin out of Beaver, and Uncle Tom and Dad, and then we'd be out there on the weekends a lot. Tom would bring his boat down, and I remember running that up the dock one time. Uncle Tom's boat. Yeah, but he forgave me easy. He's a hell of a guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Do you remember Uncle Bud?
Yeah, we used to go down to his house and our playing field all the time. And Gary would be there, and Stevie Bryant, he's about my age, and that's where I got some of my wrestling too from their kids.
What do you remember about your dad talking to you about it? Any stories that you remember the most?
Yeah, they was a pretty rowdy bunch. But yeah, he taught me a lot. We helped in wire houses and things like that. That's where I got my electrical experience at. So that's what I'm doing now, joining the union where him and Uncle Tom retired from.
Do you have any hobbies?
I play softball sometimes, and working on my 68 Firebirds hobby right now.
You moved out of Jasper at one time?
Yeah, I lived in Indianapolis.
When did you move?
When? Well, I'd say 6 years ago from today, so I'd say it's about 65, 66. And I moved to Texas a year.
75.
Yeah, 75. Then I moved to Texas for a year after that, and worked as an electrician down there. My brother Norv got me on the power plant there, and worked there for about a year, and then he was in that car accident, as you know, so.
We'll talk about the car accident a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of, just so they know about Nar, what kind of guy was Nar?
Funny. Get along with anybody. He had one of the best jobs in Houston Light and Power in Waco, Texas, where he was working for their power plant. And he had an office in the warehouse. And he had a lot of pull. That's how I got my job down there. That's why I moved down there. We was all making good money. He's making 14 something an hour, and I was making 13. So.
Who all went down with you? Was it just you?
Just me and I had a girlfriend that moved to Indianapolis with me, and we ended up getting married. And we was married for 5 years and dated about 5, and I got divorced about 6 months ago. So.
Any kids?
No kids. No. I'm hoping to have some in the near future. I'm 29, so I'm young enough.
You want to talk about how Nar died?
Yeah, he was going to Waco, Texas, to a girlfriend's house of his, and he's got a daughter, but they was divorced also. And he's going to a girlfriend's house anyways, and there was a semi with 2 women driving it, and it jackknifed in front of him, and he tried to veer in the left lane to get around the semi, but ended up going straight underneath it in a Camaro. Like he had about it's been 5 years in new Camaro, so he didn't have a chance.
You had another sister that died too, huh?
Yeah, Mary, she was driving with 2 girls, and she was a passenger, and she got thrown out and killed also. She was 17 at the time, I believe, or 16. I'm not really sure.
What do you remember about Mary?
She was a little sweetheart too. I mean, only good die young.
Were they drinking?
No, there wasn't. Well, Mary wasn't driving, and I seen Bert right before he left, and he wasn't drinking when that happened. No, but he was going to his girlfriend's house, where they probably would have been, but at the time he was his time to go.
So you moved back to Pascal then?
Yeah, I stayed around there for about a month and took care of everything for his daughter, all her insurance and stuff like that for him, and I moved back after that. Had to be around some more family. Plenty of them to be around.
Family helped a lot?
Oh yeah, good support. It helps that you still got nine of us in the family, kids that is, without counting mom and dad, plus, you lose two, but I guess the odds are against you.
What do you remember about your mom? I know she's
She always stayed home and babysitted, and Dad worked in the union, made good money back then. You could do that nowadays. Both parents got to work to make it. But Dad always brought home good money working as an electrician in the union, and so Mom stayed home and watched us all the time. We got along good. We had a lot of good times with her because she was always there and we was always around.
Do you remember any grandparents?
I remember Grandma Jones. I don't remember Homer Jones, but I remember Grandma Jones barely. I was really young when she died. But I just remember we used to pick flowers and take them up to her all the time, and that was about all I remember of her. And she was a sweet lady. She was short also.
You said that Nancy's a good person. She'd take care of you guys pretty much.
Nancy? Oh yeah, she's one of my favorite sisters. Besides my youngest one that's coming up next, Julie. No, she's helped me a lot too, Julie. But Nancy, yeah, I used to, when I was younger, I'd stay with her. I lived in Iowa and went to high school with her. So I went to high school when I was living with her. So I moved there also when I was 16. But I kind of like that.
Where do you see you going from here?
To $22 an hour, I hope.
That's good. So if you got to tell your great-great-grandchild something, what would you tell them? What kind of...
Just enjoy life. It's short, but make the best of it. You never know when you're gonna go. Some of the best die young.
How would you describe yourself to that child?
Well, I see. I had a lot of fun and went around a lot, but overall, I kept a steady job all the time and always had my own place. And you gotta work to get the things you want. It takes work. Nothing comes easy.
Anything else you want to say?
Glad to see you again, Doug.